Welcome to my video on mastering the Tarkov wipe. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, got essential tips for you. Tip number one, knowledge is power. If you don't know the maps, if you don't know the locations, if you don't know the areas, it's going to be a rough time. Especially if there's people that know it better than you. When you've got the time, study the map, especially in offline. Learn callouts if you've got a team. Learn the different areas. Keep them in mind. Run them through your head. Especially high loot areas. You want to know where the high loot areas. One, that's where your main priority is going to be. And two, that's mainly where players are going to be. This will definitely give you an advantage over your opponents. Tip number two, gear. Gear in this game matters more than you could imagine. Don't bring too much if you keep losing a lot. Prioritize armor, weapons, just all the different things that you will use. Not what people are saying. If you prefer shotguns, use shotguns. For SMGs, use SMGs. If you prefer close range, go close range and don't try and do long range. Ammo also plays one of the biggest parts in this game because if you have a shit ammo, it's not going through that body armor you're shooting at. Try and remember the main parts of the ammo that you keep using, especially if it's for AKs, 5.56, any sort of gun that you use a lot. Remember that ammo type and remember the strongest one of that. Tip number three would be communication for sure. If you play with a team, you've got to have good communication. Because there's no name tags, there's no map, you're going to end up killing your teammate. I can promise you we've done that a lot. It's not something you'd think that would be hard to do. It's quite easy actually, especially if you're pushing a build. Once again, learn the location names, learn the areas, name them yourself if you really want to. As long as your team knows what you're calling it, you'll be fine. Tip number four would be plan your engagements. If you're in there to do tasks, just do your task. Don't let bullets push you that way. If you are in there to do a bit of PvP, because you know nothing's wrong with a little bit of PvP, make sure you plan it. Communicate with your team, tell them where you're going, how you want to push it, where you think they are, and push it carefully. Because even if you do kill them, there's gonna be other players that hear those gunshots, and they're gonna come and do what you just did to that team. Tip number five would be adaptability. Be prepared to adapt. You never know what you're walking into. Practice makes perfect, so keep honing your skills and never give up. If you get into a gunfight, stay calm, think on your feet, and make quick decisions. If you have a team, it makes that a lot more easier, especially if you get communication down. Tip number six is priority. Prioritize what you're there for. If it's tasks, stick to them. Tasks early game can be quite easy. It starts with 2-3 tasks, goes slowly 4-5, but later on it can get real confusing. So if you want to just learn the game, stick to learning the game. Quests can be confusing, difficult, just all around pain in the ass sometimes. So even if you want to do the first couple tasks, that's fine. Get your XP from it, get your weapons, then just leave it. Learn the map you want to play, learn the gunplay, learn the meds, learn everything, then move on to the task. Don't force yourself to do tasks, even though it gives you most of the XP in this game. If you are new to this game, I wouldn't play Factory, especially if you're trying to learn. Factory is just, it's like Rust from COD. It's just PvP. Even though there's some tasks on it, there's always going to be PvP. If you're trying to learn, stay away from that. In my opinion, I'd go customs or woods. Customs is just all around different gunfight, different loot spawns. Most of your tasks are on customs from the start. And then woods, because woods you hardly run into someone. If you do run into someone, you can lose them quite easily in the trees. And woods still has some good loot. On woods, you can easily identify which ones are the hotspots. Mainly the building areas, but if you just stay in the trees, do your tasks, go through the trees to your exit, you'll be fine. If anyone watching has got any new tips for new players, people that have been played for a while, just put them in the comments. We're all here to help each other. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Get your gun back and... Is that cunt for real? What?